existence, right? So, random thought here again. I've thought this before, and I think I've said it before, but I'll say it again. This is the Truman Show right now. I am living the Truman Show in an inverted dimension or an inverted timeline, only because it's now 30 some years since the Truman Show, where the entire world was engrossed in the life of one man. However, he had a cast of an ensemble cast, that he didn't know there was an ensemble cast. But before reality TV came on the scene in the late 90s, you had the Truman Show movie, where the major premise is that there is a man whose life is just droll. He feels like there's something more, and then he starts to discover clues that his reality isn't what he thinks it is. And so you have, it's like the Truman Show begins with Truman's birth, and then you just it's so interesting because before Truman is an actor, right? When are you going to experience a bond with Truman as a person for the first time? When he's 4, when he's 6, everybody's going to be different. Oh, that time when Truman was learning to walk, I thought that's when I loved him. Oh, no, not for me. It was when he was 5 and he got bit by, whatever. But the Truman Show begins before Truman exists, because he has parents. And so they show, I think in the movie, they show some clips of, the embryo, or maybe even the sperm and the egg. And, it's like we've Truman has been we've been in Truman ever since the beginning. Well, if that's the case, then you don't experience Truman for 9 months in the womb. What are you watching? Right? I want to see those episodes. I want to see those prequels to the Truman's. I want to see Truman's parents. Anyway, you have the entire world watching the life of one man, but it's not really the life of one man, because there are characters. His wife, his best friend, his parents in the Truman Show, So you have a million. This is in the beginning stages of the internet, right? YouTube doesn't exist. TikTok does not exist. And yet now we have this expression in millions of different channels where people are watching other people's lives. Van life, RV living, or whatever it is, the art of craftsmanship. We are watching other people make content. And so that's the reverse of the Truman Show. The inversion of it, or the amplification of it, the development of it. In the Truman Show, Truman is talking to himself. There are cameras everywhere. There's nothing that you don't see. Although in the movie, you don't see his wife and he having relations. You don't see full frontal nudity. There is editing that happened even in the Truman Show. No, you show us everything, right? That's an interesting concept of just thinking about, full frontal exposure of all of your thoughts. Anyway, so Truman is there, and he's talking. He's making, he's talking to himself in the mirror, and he's making all these boop boop doop boop doop doop, and that's his persona's expression. But he doesn't know that he's being filmed. He doesn't know that he's being watched. And so everything is open. Everything is fair game. It's out in the open. Like, he doesn't know that his like, you can't hear his thoughts, but you can hear his expression of his thoughts. But even still, that's the point. He doesn't know those things are being heard. And so here I am with, seriously, a subscription base of 7. Where's my audience? You know what I mean? Like, there are people out there like me, just a regular guy like me, talking about stuff. I've watched those channels. And, to be honest with you, I don't watch them anymore. So it's fair enough that people don't watch my content. But I just find it really strange that no one's really watching my content. That's just weird to me. You know? Like, what do I have to do to be... What do I have to do to make you love me? What do I have to do to build an audience? What do you want me to do? You know? Like, what do I gotta say? Like, even what I'm doing right now is no less dramatic than Theo Vaughn and Joe Rogan and whomever else. You know, you either... Like, I don't watch Joe Rogan. I don't watch Theo Vaughn. I don't like their content until it has someone on there that I have an interest in, or maybe even a topic. But I don't watch them religiously. You know, it's kind of like what I'm doing right now with my first season of Star Trek Voyager under my belt. I never watched Star Trek. I was never a Trekkie. And after I became aware, after I woke up, after I became aware that my reality wasn't what I thought it was, those kinds of indications in culture became more and more evident. I would see things in movies and go, oh my God, they're telling us what, like, that's what I believe. And they're making fun of it in the movie, which is a reveal that it's there, it's real, whatever it is. And so now I saw a clip in a Star Trek Voyager. Don't lose the train, bro. I saw a clip of a reveal in a Star Trek Voyager, so I'm like, oh, I want to start watching Star Trek, you know, whatever. And I wouldn't watch it right now if there weren't nuggets within. But I have to watch every video because I don't know which video's got the nugget in it. And someone might not have seen the nugget that I see. So I have to watch every single video. I'm invested unless I don't really want to pursue seeing those truth reveals in Star Trek. Anyway, my point is, I just find it really difficult to understand how to grow an audience when there are channels out there that you just come across because they're already in existence. So you don't start with them at the beginning. You're coming to them right then and there. Like someone coming in to hearing me talk right now, you know, you like, what's going to hold you in to listening to the sultry sound of my voice? Like, what is it you want to hear? What is it you want me to talk about? Anyway, I was thinking about earlier, as my dishes are soaking and I started getting busy about the day to just get off my ass, I started to think about talking with my friend Carrie and just being like, just dump on her. You know, because I'm in a place that I haven't changed in per se. Like, it's almost like when you have relationships that just keep failing and failing and failing. You're like, I'm going to give up on relationships. I just can't keep, you know, like all my relationships just failed. Like, well, what's the uniting factor in that situation? It's you. Like, are you learning the lesson to make it so that your relationship's like I just can't get along with anybody at work. And then you switch jobs. I just can't get along with... And you switch jobs, and you switch jobs, and you're like, work sucks, man, because I just can't... Like, there's nobody I get fired or whatever. Like, if you find yourself changing stations and changing situations in your life, and then nothing changes and you're not happy, Like, make the place that you're at right now, this is what I guess I'm talking to myself right now. Make this place the last place I go. Like, I can't, like, I've wanted to change and get better, and I'm not. And by that, I mean, I want to meditate, I want to do yoga, and I want to create. And I'm creating now, but I'm not meditating and I'm not doing yoga. And that has been the case for the past 4 years. This is like what travel, what would you like to change about? And even changing my diet. Travel, what would you like to change about your life? It would be my diet and my exercise, both mentally and physically, whatever. Meditation, yoga, and healthy eating. I want